as well is about our geese. And geese are actually grazers, and they are mostly vegetarian. They like grass, and they like to run through and eat seeds and grass and tops of plants and things like that. So right now I'm feeding them goose food, but they typically don't like, that's not their favorite thing to eat. We're giving them peas, so we bought frozen peas, and I have a goose from last year, and now we have a new male goose that's going to go with our female goose. And so and she loves the peas. He hasn't gotten into the peas yet, but she loves the peas. So I'm gonna add to their feed by giving them, they call it fodder, basically. So I had these trays. I washed them yesterday, and they have holes in them. So I bought some more trays so I can put these down in those, and I will soak their feed. I need to get some soaking today. You soak them for about a day, and I'll put it in here, and it'll grow grass. And then I can take all of this out and just feed them grass every day to go, as a supplement with their other foods that we're giving them. So this is hard white wheat, hard red winter wheat. This is barley. And then I have these sunflowers. These do not sprout. These three I can mix together, and they sprout basically at the same time. The sunflowers do not. So I'm going to try all these in smaller bags before I buy a big bag. And then you can literally really save on feed, because this is super cheap to buy seeds and make fodder for them, which they really, really enjoy. And chickens do too. So all of the chickens can eat some of this as well. This is broccoli. These seeds I don't know if they'll like, so I did a smaller amount of these as well. But this is several different types of seeds. We've got broccoli, alfalfa, daikon radish, and crimson clover in here. So I'm going to sprout these as well in one of the trays and see which ones they like the best. So, and if they like all of them, that's great, because they'll get a little bit of different nutrition from each one. So we will do a later video so you can see exactly, and there are several videos out there of people making fodder. So it's not too hard to find, on YouTube. But we wanted you guys to know why we're doing it and how helpful it can be. And it can really save on cost of feeding them, food, and probably super nutritious as well.
Can they do like garden scraps like other animals can, or do they like it better when it's fresh and growing?
So I don't know if they like it better if it's fresh or growing. Chickens will eat anything. The geese will not.
Okay.
So we've actually tried to cut up kale and lettuce and things for them, and they might pick at it a little bit. So their beaks and the way they chew and things like that's a little different than chickens. Somehow, and chickens have, their gizzard, and they can take in food, and it helps them kind of digest that food before it gets to their stomach. And I don't know that geese have a gizzard. I don't think they do. So they have a little harder time. They're water birds, so they typically like plants that grow around the water, and they will eat insects. I actually took some of the, for the chickens, I bought the larva, the dried larva. And I took some in there yesterday, and oh my gosh, Penelope loved them. She was eating every single little piece out of there, and that's an insect. The larva's more of it's not just a plant. So she really liked it. So she loves the seeds, but the seeds and the larva aren't just enough nutrition. She's got to have the regular food, and she doesn't like the regular food as much. So I'm like worried about her nutrition. So that's why I wanted to add a lot of these plants and see if we can make sure she's getting really good nutrition. She laid 30 eggs, so she must be eating something. But all last year and through the winter, she had grass, and she literally went around constantly plucking at the grass, when she lived. And right now she's not out in the chicken yard, so she's not able to do that. So I want to have some backup food for sure. So geese are not quite as easy to feed as chickens. Chickens will eat anything. They'll eat dead animals. They'll eat carcasses. They'll eat almost anything. A few days ago, we did a video on all these seeds to try to make fodder for my geese and my chickens. So here's my first attempt. My biggest thing, and it looks like it's doing great. I did go out for the weekend, so Tim, my other half, kept watering them, and you can see that these are a little bit shorter than these. These are a little bit shorter than these, and the same here with these, because this is tilted just slightly. This table that I have them sitting on is tilted a little bit, so I think more water got into these, so I've turned them around. But when I just watered them with this bucket, so I'm using that, which has that nozzle on it that sprays them. But when I picked it up, it smelled a little bit like the water was a little rotten. So I'm gonna clean, they're all doing great, but I'm gonna clean it out, each tray. So when you lift it up here, I have this one below. That one actually smells good. I think this is the one that smelled a little, yeah, you can see this white stuff. So something's growing in there, so I'm gonna clean that one. Let me smell, I hadn't looked at this middle one. Oh, it doesn't smell bad. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this end one out and make sure all this is fresh water in here. And then I'm gonna let this grow a little bit more. And then I'm gonna start feeding. I might go ahead and try some. I could probably do some of these taller ones right here, take them over to the geese and see if they like them and see how well they do with them. And then I'll leave these that are shorter to grow a little bit longer, which may be great timing. So I will do a video and show you guys how, if they like them and how they eat them. So this right here is sunflowers, and these are two types of wheat and barley. So we're gonna see what they enjoy.